Hello there. Whoa, what's that? Looking for... what is Archie's? I don't know what Archie's Twitch is, so I'm just gonna put Archnash. Whenever the players are ready though, feel free to say you're ready. And we can start. There we go, we've got our queue filled out. So now we just need Akatu to give us a ready, and we can start this epic match between someone who is climbing the ELO rankings very quickly, and someone who I don't think has played much in the last, like, 6 months. So, we'll see. But Torbeth was a pretty consistent player when I remember them playing in the past, so... Hello, Akatu. Same piece set is offered, which is available should Torbeth wish to accept it. Yep, there we go. Seed. There you go. Bravo, Alpha 2988. Have a good luck, have fun. And we have 2 readies. So 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Different starts after only a few pieces. Best of 5, yep. That's why there's 3 hearts on each side, because you're never going to have both players reaching 3, but you're always going to have one of them. Torbeth setting up a dirty Tetris, properly setting up for it, possibly going for another one on top of that. Just takes the triple. Another Tetris for Torbeth. I feel like the cookie clicker music has got louder recently. I don't know why it's so loud. Should be like -12. There we go. That looks a bit better. But it seems like my microphone's gone a bit quieter as well. Not sure why. Oh well. Is what it is. I can move my microphone, in fact, and that might solve the issue. Yeah. That has helped. Akato at 120k, Torbeth, misdrop on the left, and then an MU pause. I don't know how you even managed to do that accidentally, but things looking bad for Torbeth here. Just managed to get that over to the left, but then misdrops high up the board. 95,000 points is the top out. And Akato, you are good for the game. Ah. So Alt is your pause. Why don't you just rebind that? Unless you mean you just pressed it and then, like, you press enter or something to pause the game, I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. I mean, it does that for me as well, but I've never paused the game through it. Though I guess I don't use pushdown that much, so I imagine with pushdown it would cause issues. But the strat is to rebind your rotation keys from ZX to CV. Or like QW. Just something like a couple keys disconnected from Alt. I haven't done that, but I also haven't played emulator full time in a long time. We have one ready. CB is the seed. And both players are ready. So, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Torbeth starting off with a Tetris, and setting up another one. Akato also has a Tetris, but also has a burn. Something which Torbeth is currently lacking. I say lacking, it's good to have not had any burns, and still have a clean board at least. 69,000 for Akato. Very funny. And another Tetris brings Akato up to 92,000, Torbeth at 91,000 with a massive long bar dependency down the left side of the board. What is meant by a burn? A burn is a line clear that is not a Tetris. So any form of line clear, whether it be a double, a single, or a triple. I don't know why I said them in that order, but they are all burns because they are inefficient scoring. Ooh, Torbeth, another couple hangs, 103k at the top out. Akato is once again good for the game. Unfortunate, but, you know, when you don't play Tetris much for a little while, your consistency does take a hit before your pacing does, I think. I don't know why that is. I think it's just your risk assessment goes out of the window a bit. But, your stacking fundamentals stay for a lot longer. Pattern recognition in it. Yeah, I did that a lot when I was a tapper, and I would usually top out because of it. And then I did that a lot as a roller, and I also would usually top out with it. So if you're not a roller, you shouldn't do it. And if you are a roller, you probably still shouldn't do it. That's my advice. Both players are ready. Hopefully this goes to a game 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Because if it doesn't, we're gonna get really ahead of schedule. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna need someone to replace Archie in the upcoming match. Anyone in chat interested in playing a match against a max out player? A 1.1 player known as Penguin Panic. Don't let his PB fool you. He's not very good at the game. Akatu is currently behind, having not yet scored a Tetris. Waiting for the bar, but it's not coming yet. We've got a Prismatic Cobras in chat saying, sure, sweet. Then that means we can sub you in. Assuming that you have, like, your scenes and all that set up. And, you know, just agreeing because it sounds cool. Which, you know, I appreciate the confidence. Even if you didn't say it particularly confidently. Yeah. Well, if you either have the scene set up or can get them set up within however long this game takes, or the next 3, depending on how long the set takes, then sure thing, we can do that. Pretty much all of the info should be there if you have an emulator where you play Tetris, where you can play Tetris, or an official console, then the rest of it should be pretty easy. But the stencil should have all of the information that you need. Akatu in a spot of danger here, 166k, but is a roller. Keyboard roller, so there is that little bit of sometimes the rolls don't hit, but also that happens for non-rollers, just slightly less often, or not for non-rollers, from non-keyboard rollers, also known as normal rollers. Corbeth with a T-spin setup. Yeah, it's not going to resolve with a T-piece, so sadly, must deal with it by just digging away. Taking many a burn, as opposed to the few burns that would have been nice if they actually got a T-piece. But that's how it be. Corbeth is managing to burn things out a little bit, but not a clean stack, not good for scoring, that's for sure. They say it don't be like that, but it do, exactly. Corbeth scoring a double with that long bar. Bit of a suffer game, but they haven't topped out yet, which means it's less of a suffer game than the previous two. Are they going for this Tetris? Not really. Oh well. Penguin, welcome to your new opponent in chat, Prismatic Cobras. Not got a clue how good they actually are at the game, but my assumption is that they're not a 1.1 player because I haven't heard of them. So, you know. There's a lot of 1.1 players now. It's very likely that they could be. Transition has hit for Akatu 367, and Torbith about to hit it as well. With that Tetris, 339, double 300k transitions. That is very rare. Be it like out in 18 starts at least. You almost never see a double 300k. Even the worst seeds are normally, ooh, Torbith. Torbith is done at 345. And Akatu at 426 is good for the game. Yeah, normally the worst seeds are like, someone gets a 440 and someone gets like a 330. This game was not even that. This was much worse. Such a fast keyboard roller, I know. Sometimes you wish OBS doesn't make your Tetris lag. Yeah, I mean, can't win them all. That's all I can say. It's an NES emulator. I don't know why it would lag, but if it does, computers be like that. Alright, quick intermission. And we can get the next set of players into the scene. And here we are. So, Prismatic is on stencil enough. Just don't even try to adjust it. You're close enough. We can game now. We're ready for Tetris. If you adjust it, it'll make my adjustments obsolete and then I'll have to readjust again. So... There's an official portrait of Penguin Panic. That's exactly what he looks like in real life. Photorealism, exactly. Hello, 6-4. Sometimes you get bullied for being blurry, but that's life. Exactly. Oh. Is that a hand cam or something that we're seeing? It is. Ian Keith is a pixels. Them's the facts. I can adjust the crop like so. There we go. There's our hand cam. Very nice. Move it up a little bit. There we go. Beautiful. So, whenever the players are ready, we can start the match. I'm gonna guess that James is willing to give Prismatic the level selection, based on the complete lack of knowledge on Prismatic skill level. Ideally not a level below, like, 9. If it's below 9, then I think we're gonna be here for 100 years. Oh, hello, Colin. 10 months that you've been subscribed to the ClassicTetris YouTube channel. Look at that. How the rich get richer. Alright, so Prismatic, whenever you are ready to play, just tell us what level you want in chat and say you're ready. Rules are highest score wins. You both start on the same level at about the same time. If you top out with less score than your opponent, you lose the game, the other one wins. Simple. And you get the level selection because we don't know how good you are. And Penguin's just going to choose level 18 every game because he's a 1.1 player. But ideally, don't pick below 9 because the games will last too long. And we don't have the time for that. Though, if you're not confident on level 9, then quite frankly, I think level 5 start games won't last that long either, so... I don't know. Pick what you want. I don't know if he can hear me. I assume You can. But yeah, A-type, I should say, yes. A-type, put in chat what level you want, and if you're saying you're ready, and then there'll be a countdown. And then you start on the countdown. If that makes sense. Yeah, it would be a mistake, but you know, it's a new player. They don't know these things. Alright, looks like we've picked level 7. Is this like a warm-up game, or is this the actual game? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. You'll start? Yeah, sure. Give us a level 7 start. We'll see what happens. Do some aggressive push downing though, so we can get synced up. All right, so we've got a 9,700 point lead for Prismatic here, but they're getting into a little bit of trouble. They don't really have a good place for the square piece. They're opting to put it on the left. That will work out okay. They can burn off the S on the right, and they do, but it won't make a clean burn, sadly. Managing to sort out the left side slowly, though. Takes the flat burn on the right. James, on the other hand, is Tetris ready at 9,800 points. This is what we want from Euro Friendlies, exactly. So Prismatic is seeing the adjustment for the burn. The safe play, can burn off a double here, and does so. So, while the board isn't clean, they have a lot of room still. Penguin is unsurprisingly out in the lead, given it's a level 7 start. Prismatic doesn't go for the flat burn on the left, which could cause some issues, but we'll see. It depends on the pieces that come. Does spot the next piece coming, though, and adjusts accordingly to allow the burn. Ooh, panic placement there, though. James, on the other hand, clean. With that Tetris, will go up to 77,000 points. There's not much to commentate on that side of the board. Ooh, Prismatic, a misdrop on the right side. In some real trouble here. And a double hang. Nothing can get over to the right. There's no burns available. 16,000 points is the top out score. But still, for a first time playing competitive Tetris, admirable. Oh, yeah. Alright, I've said in chat. Okay, says that they're ready. They're both ready, so I'm thinking it's going to be a level 7 start again. That's what they're hovering. So, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you have turned on the audio. I'm going to guess level 7 again, because that's what we did last game, and it seemed that it was the most comfortable level. But I admit I did that quicker than I expected, too. I sort of had it in chat, and I saw, I'm ready. Impulsively hit enter. I'm just not used to not working with level 18 starts. Oh, had to restart there. 7 is fine. If 7's where you're comfortable, just do level 7. There we go. Alright, Prismatic had like a reset there, but that's okay. Penguin, just don't push down for a little bit. Just like do some AFK placements pretty much, and then you'll get synced back up with Prismatic. Alright, Prismatic is sort of... the fact that Penguin isn't pushing down is actually handicapping him, like, pretty significantly here. Like, his stack is really bad. Prismatic is Tetris ready here, but he's going aggressive. Takes the spin for the skim. Does get the T over to the left. Ooh, this is dangerous for Prismatic. The left side hang. Only 1,000 points, Penguin. Already at 12 lines before Prismatic even really started the game. Is good for the game. But, you know. Yeah. If you're, if you don't know how to play around bad RNG, then the strat is to just burn. We're gonna give 1 heart to Penguin. Because at least one of those games has to count. I mean, come on. Yeah, if you want to lower the level a little bit, if you want to go down to like 6 or 5, that's fine. Because these games aren't lasting that long. You ready? We're good? Alright, level 7 it is. Penguin is ready, so 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Try and keep the stack low. That's my advice for you. If you start building up high, you're gonna face some troubles. That's if you don't know how to play around, you know, not getting a long bar at least. Yeah. This is a good triple setup. Gonna opt for the well solution, I guess you could call it. I very much doubt that rolling is... I mean, it's probably viable, just it's very difficult. The main issue with a controller like that, a PlayStation controller, I don't know which PlayStation, PS3 maybe, is that it's pretty heavy, whereas an NES controller is light as hell. So you need quite a lot of force to actually push the thing into your finger. Or like some really precise thumb pressure. Good point, Pumpy. Alright, Penguin at 19,000. Is Tetris ready? But bar ain't wanting to come right now. So, there it is. Took a little while, but Prismatic spots the long bar in the next box, but then misdrops the bar. But does create, or maybe didn't, and is setting up a left well Tetris. We're not sure. If a bar comes, though, Prismatic should be good for the Tetris, and gets it. I think that's Prismatic's first Tetris of the match. Gonna opt to stay left well here. Just looking for another bar. Fills out the right side, good placement. Flat placements are the only ones really available. And another left well for Prismatic. Can get Tetris ready once again, does so. Just looking for the bar yet again. Looking for a placement for that piece, isn't sure where to put it, and there wasn't an amazing place for it, but opts for a more aggressive one. Takes another left well Tetris, staying one off the bottom as well. Throwing some S pieces over to the right. Doesn't think that they have the time to get some of those pieces over. They may have had it, but they certainly didn't by the time that they made the decision. Now is in a lot of trouble, but is out at 37,000 points, so not out of the game yet. Not ahead. Penguin has been pushing down quite a bit and scoring Tetris at about the same rate, so already at about 90,000 points, but Prismatic is by no means out of this. Just in a fair bit of trouble. That square piece is very helpful though. You can get the bar over to the right, and that makes this a lot easier to burn. Gonna opt for the delayed burn though. This bar works very well though for the stack. Just taking the flat skims off the top. Playing it safe. This is a great flat bar. There it is. Spots the flat bar. Gets the well reopened. And doesn't spot the adjustment for the S piece, but that's fair. That's a difficult one. There we go. To spot if you're not predisposed to those kinds of adjustments. That's a what? I know, right? Another left well Tetris for Prismatic. Very nice. 63,000 points now. Can get the bar down to the left, but it'll only be a double. Gonna really want to burn this down, because going dirty on top of 3 rows of garbage is not a safe strategy. But taking a Tetris there will help the situation, definitely. And maybe can score another Tetris even. Given it's level 7, 3 rows of garbage actually doesn't change much, all things considered. Penguin, on the other hand, 150,000 points. Already out at 75 lines, though, so a 12-line lead. Ooh, Prismatic goes for a sort of delayed burn setup. And that's going to make the stack pretty nasty to work through. Puts the bar in the hole for a single burn, but creates a new problem of a long bar dependency on the left side of the stack and another one on the right side. So, got some definite issues brewing, and that placement on the left is going to make things even harder. Long bar to the right, though. 4 long bars in a row. That's like a 1 in a million odds, genuinely. Getting 4 long bars in a row is extremely rare. Prismatic is surviving here, though. Slowly. That misdrop might do it. Can't get a piece over to the right. 78,000 points at the top out. Penguin at 200k already, but a very good game from Prismatic, all things considered. And the good thing about the being level 7 is the games actually do last a little while, which means that we can get, you know, at a reasonable schedule. As opposed to, like, last match where they took, like, a minute each. And we were way ahead of schedule. So, it's good, actually, that we're playing slower levels. Yeah, I don't know what Cobra's PB is, but you'll go 5. You're going to go level 5. Alright. You've got a level 5 for the decider. I think the actual outcome of the games is more or less inevitable, but you don't need a timer, it's fine. The timer is for quals. You just need to show us your game and play it. Also, congrats, you got a gift sub. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, timer is in classic score attack. Alright, we've got readies. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. James, to make it fair, dead drop the first 5 pieces in the middle of your stack. Like, you can rotate them, but you're not allowed to move them. Or maybe not the first 5, but 5 pieces in a row. There you go. Now James at least has some kind of, you know, something to work around. Looks like a normal penguin stack to me. Yeah, that's true. I didn't consider that one. James is used to this kind of stack. Does manage to score a single down the right side of the well there. Or right side of the stack, which is also the well. Could have also played floor 5 or something. I don't think floor 5 would have changed anything on level 5, quite frankly. Because there's still very low chance that he'll top out. Prismatic at 2,200 is playing it safe at the bottom of the stack this time. Mostly because unclean. When your board's not clean, you don't want to stack it up high. Problem is, for a lot of new players, is that when your board's unclean, you don't know how to keep it low. So, we're kind of seeing that here, where the board's just getting up every few pieces, an extra row. And from what I've seen from checking their VODs when I clicked on them just to see if they were, you know, an experienced Tetris player or anything that I just didn't know about, they seem to be a speedrunning kind of inclined person, I should say, and spending a lot of time sitting and thinking about adjustments isn't really the strat to go for in that, so I can you know, forgive them for pushing down before they've had the time to think about every piece thoroughly, let's say. They're ready for another, well, a left well Tetris, much like last game. I don't know if it's another one, but they've scored it nonetheless. I think it would have been. I don't know how much point line clears are worth on level 5. I think 7,200 for a Tetris. Not sure. It's every 2 weeks, yes. Ignore Ian Keith, he's lying to you all. But yeah. In terms of friendlies in general, yes, there are regular friendlies every Monday and Friday, except from when there aren't. Usually because, you know, people have things to do in their real lives sometimes. And Euro friendlies are every other week. I don't know why. Kingsman just doesn't like me, I think. Prismatic, taking a little bit of time now to think about the placements there, checking if there was something interesting to do with the next piece. There wasn't really, and managed to score a center well Tetris. Penguin, on the other hand, got a pretty nice center well going on, stacking it up. True, that's true, Colin. There is a Discord, yeah, for friendlies in general. The Tetris Friendlies Discord. And all of the friendlies shows are announced there. And it's where you can arrange matches with people. Lots of thanks going on in chat. 33,000 for Prismatic here. Keeping the board low. Is managing to maintain the height of the stack, though. Did create a longboard dependency, but got it filled in pretty quickly. Penguin, on the other hand, is going the opposite direction and making the stack as high as physically possible. And managed to survive it while also transitioning into level 6. I forgot that the transition is at 60 lines, not at 100. So, transition coming up pretty soon for Prismatic as well, which means they might want to try and figure out the stack, at least, you know, what's going on with it, even if they don't get out of it. But it's not looking great for them. There's if there was a 6 mode in B-type after you know 5-5. Prismatic would be in that about now. And is done at 35,000. But Penguin at 100k does score a nice left well Tetris there and a double. 120,000. Still, a fun match. Not super competitive, but that was kind of expected. Nonetheless, we had fun. Well, I did anyway. Penguin was just kind of an observer. Alright, what's next up in the queue? I need to end it again. There we go. White Monster versus Ian Keith. Right. Time for some ads while I change the scenes. And we're back. We are still awaiting Ian to go live. It is a little bit ahead of schedule, 10 minutes ahead of schedule, in fact. So we've what would it take for me to play 50 gift subs to my channel? Here, one sec. You're used to playing Tetris 99? That's fair. Shout out to Pretzel Rocks. Yep. You're on your ult. Alright, sweet. What's your ult? Is it Pog T Storm? I wanna say it is. It is. It's in my DMs. Yeah, that's I only remember it because I restreamed a match of yours like 3 days ago. Right. Let's crop the cam for non-hand cam usage for normal full body humans as opposed to just the hands of them. White Monster on the other hand, of course, with some anime thing, I guess. I don't know. Haven't got a clue. Alright. I'd say same piece set, question mark, but White Monster would be like, no. Though we did see White Monster say yes in the title match on Monday. So, you know, maybe. But I'm to some degree, I'm just trying to, like, guilt trip White Monster into, not even guilt trip, like, reverse psychology, you know? Where I'm like, White Monster isn't going to say it, isn't going to say yes, so won't even offer it. And then White Monster would be like, yeah, you can do. See, there we go, it worked. Right, Ian, you want to do some piece set? There you go. 448 Echo, Echo 9. Echo, Echo, Echo. Alright, we have a ready. We have 2 readies. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Alright, we're probably going to see the same starts from these players, because these pieces don't have many clear places to go. There we go. We deviated by about the 8th piece, I think. See, level 18 looks really fast now, because I've just been watching level 7 and level 5. Damn it. Alright, Ian at 23,000. White Monster also at 23,000. It's not good for my Tetris career for me to look at 18 and think, oh, that's fast. I'm not gonna make it to Div 1 thinking that, am I? You're not hearing anything? Oh, it's alright. Could be worse then. I've amplified it by 2 decibels, just for you, Colin. Ian at 98,000. White Monster with that Tetris will go up to 107, and Ian Tetrising back 120. Okay, I've got used to 18 speeds again. Oh yeah, Kingston wanted me to add the belt. 1 sec. Can get that in there quickly. Save image. Pictures. Yeah, sure. Save. Right. Players, both of them clean. Ian with a slight lead. About half a Tetris. At about the same line count. Where is image? Image source. There you go. Here's your belt. It's your championship, Twitch TV championship belt match. Labeled on my scene as Kingsman's stupid belt. White Monster in a lot of trouble here. While I was doing that, his board went from tolerable to intolerable. But he is getting out of it. A very nice dig from White Monster, very high up on the board. A stack only a month. Exactly. That is a great way to describe it. It has allowed Ian to pull out a little bit of a lead, but he's got a center well going on right now, which ain't great for efficiency. Like, you could probably win some games doing it. I mean, Quaid did. But, yeah, I don't know. Ian managing to burn stuff down. Or Marts. Okay, that's a funny one right there. That's a good Marts burn. In getting 1,000,000 squares, White Monster getting probably just as many squares, but worse timing, because White Monster's stack was pretty bad, and it caused him to top out. 274. Ian Keith, his stack is truly also awful, but he's already won, so it's okay. There's an inverse linear function related to like how much experience. Actually, no, it's not inverse. It's regular. It's just a linear function between how much experience someone has to how much I shit talk them when I commentate. New players get none except Ben. Ben from here gets it. Got it when he was new because I'm friends with him. People who've been playing for a long time, like these guys, they're gonna get my shit talk. Not level 55. That's the seed. Don't worry about that. Prismatic. All right. So Ian is ready. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. It's only level 18. A 55 start would be really, really boring. Because White Monster would get like 6 lines and Ian would get maybe 3, depending on the piece sequence. Is he saying 1? Or is he saying more than that? I don't know. Up. Is he pointing up as in more than 3? Or is he saying 1 line? I think it's 1 line. It's 1 line. That's my interpretation. I don't know. I love the exaggerated head movements and stuff that you have to do to try and communicate with the restreamer. It really enhances the quality of the Tetris being played. Oh, you'd get like a fair bit, just because you're, while you're not super experienced in terms of actual time you've been playing, in terms of community-wise, you're very experienced. It'd be less than Mart's and Billy Mac, but it would be more than, like, Maedros, I'd say. Ian, Tetris up to 186, White Monster at 169. Got a bad left side here, though. Should be doubled for associating with Beepo Monk. Pretty much everyone is associated with Beepo Monk at this point. Ian at 233, 332. What a score for Ian. Who's that? Beepo Monk is a server that is renowned for being full of pings. There's a lot. It's ran by a guy called, well, sort of ran by a guy called Ryan Ambergy, and he just loves to ping you, and he loves to ping people on other servers as well. And there's a lot of people who seem to just really hate getting pinged on Discord, which honestly I don't get. It's you know, it's like one of the functions of it. You can just mute them. It's not that hard to deal with, but some people don't like it. Ian at 149,992. There's a 999 in the middle of the score. If you're from the UK, That's the emergency services number. That gives you endorphins, the ping symbol. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I like to know that I've been pinged. You know? Ian's stack is pretty bad, but White Monsters is pretty similar, all things considered. And Ian, nice skims, actually. That does sort it out pretty quick. You like being pinged when there's a genuine reason you should be pinged. I think... like, what defines a genuine reason? Monk replace x.com. Yeah, sure. I feel like a ping is just a ping. I don't know. White Monster at 378 now with that single, 379, and probably going to be crossing to about 400k if a bar ever shows up. Scores a triple instead, up to 384. Ian Keith, in the meantime, already out at 450 and behind in line, so a nice 100k-ish pace lead for Ian. Yeah, exactly. It's like... I just don't get caring about pings, you know? It's fine if you get them. It's not like... I don't know. Your time's not that valuable, is it? Tetris for Ian, one more available, doesn't get it, instead scores a double into the transition at 540k. White Monster just shy of 500k. With that Tetris into level 20, we'll go up to 516. You care about the intention behind the ping. See, I don't. It doesn't matter to me at all. If I get pinged, great. Whatever. White Monster in a lot of trouble here. Can't get anything over to the left. Misdropped it. Well, didn't misdrop the squares. Just didn't have anywhere to put them. Either way, tops out at 546. Ian also topping out at pretty much the exact same time, but does have a 1.5 Tetris lead. Actually, no, it is pretty much a 2 Tetris lead. Because they're still only worth about 25,000 on level 21. So, yeah, 26,000. Either way, good job, Ian. You're up 2-0, not even 2-1. Ready, seed is 6-6. Well, the first two digits are 6-6. Has Ian said ready? No, not yet. Now he has in game. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Kind of. If Tetris was an anime, I think I don't think either of these characters would be the protagonist. I think that would be Alex Thatch probably, wouldn't it? But you know, maybe Dog playing Tetris. I haven't really watched many animes, to be fair. I don't have a clue. I have I haven't watched many animes. I've watched Pokemon. And that's it. Your money's on Sunny. That good. I'm happy to be the protagonist. I'll take that. Alex D would be Pikachu. I don't even understand what that means, but I like it. Ian's board isn't great. White Monsters is bad. White Monsters is very bad. Got a really rough left here. Gets the T-piece over, though, and that makes things a lot better. Still needs a long bar for the right side, though. It does opt for that kind of burn setup instead. However, it does mean that the board's going to keep getting higher. Unless, like, some real bail comes, at least. Can he get the S-piece over? He can. Still skimming lines off. 75,000. Manages to reopen the left side. It is a Tetris well now, and is going to score the Tetris 100,000 points. 156 for Ian, who's pretty much kept it clean after that little brief delayed Vits debacle. Pump his Meowth. Would that make Van Dweller James or Jesse? And who's the other one? Oh, I see, yeah. Vandy and King are Jesse and James, I see. Yeah. Who's who? Which one is which? Ian Keith at 132. White Monsters board. Still pretty rough, but it's very low down at least. This is a tough one. Yeah. I think... I personally would say that Kingsman is James. And Van Dweller is Jesse. They're both Jesse. Fair. Moo Juice is James. Ian at 3... We'll call it 350. Now it is 350. Monster at 180k. Definitely a suffer game. Yes, neither of them are Jesse James. That is true. Right, both players passed 100 lines, 211,000 for White Monster. With that Tetris now 235 to Ian Keith's 404. Error, etc. Tony Abbott, former Australian Prime Minister. Exactly. He's my favourite fictional character. Which one is Rick James? White Monster's board is bad. It's not a good board. It's absolutely not a good board. If White Monster loses this game, it's going to be like a rock, paper, scissors debacle. Where like, Dan always beats Ian, but then White Monster takes the belt off Dan, and then Ian comes in and takes the belt off of White Monster. But we'll see. Ian Keith with a 200k lead into transition can afford to play a fair bit safer than you usually would be forced to against a tapper. Kingsman is Billy Mays 100%. Oh, fair. Billy Mays is iconic. Who's James May? Ian at just shy of 600,000, while White Monster at 408. Oh yeah, Billy Mays is like the GOAT telemarketer. Who's Billy Mays? Billy Mays is not an anime character, but I would kind of wish he was. Billy Mays is was a telemarketer on American TV who sold a bunch of mediocre products. But yeah, OxyClean's the most famous one. And if you don't know what a telemarketer is, it's like just someone who makes really, really long adverts, essentially. Usually on a channel dedicated to them. Or like a time slot dedicated to them. Ian, at 750k, still got a pretty sizable lead. Still 200k in the lead. I don't even... What even is OxyClean? I'm not American. I don't actually know what it is. I just know the name of it. It's like... It's not even spelled with a Y, you fucking fake fan. Okay, it's literally just detergent. It's just a normal detergent. Ian does manage to score the Tetris there. Got a little bit squeaky there, but survived it. Is managing to take flat burns here. Would love something that goes to the left easily. Instead, gets something that makes the left harder to access. Hangs on the left. Probably gonna mean a top out here, but White Monster, only at 600,000, is gonna need 100k on kill screen as a tapper. And now he's gonna need probably even more than that. This is known as an impossible chase down. Oh, it would have been cool if he got the bar over, though. Poor man, Sillet Bang. True. Alright. Here you go, Ian. Enjoy the belt. If you stand up, it might look like you're wearing it. Maybe. There you go. Beautiful. People have, but tappers don't, really. Like, some do, but most don't. DAS players don't. Rollers do all the time. It's very easy for rollers. But for a tapper, you either got to be genetically lucky or RNG lucky. And as a DAS player... Ooh, wrong thing. Misclick that. There we go, get rid of... Oh, that's the maestro way to wear the belt. Alright. Next match time. They're different ways of moving the pieces, basically. Yeah, it's pretty high. But the overworld, yeah, for rollers it's 146. For DAS it's 30. So yeah, even with DAS, like, the theoretical limit that anyone could do with their best combo of, like, games is, I think, 31.5. It's how most people who don't know about rolling play the game. You just hold the button. That's it. Your goal is to someday hit 30. I mean, it's just luck, isn't it? You just build up for a, like, double Tetris. Right. What am I doing? That's right. I'm bringing us to an intermission screen. And here we are. No temp though, so we're just waiting anyway. But you know, we can see Mart's beautiful face and his terrible stencil. Truly remarkable what Mart's can do to butcher the most simple, fundamental part of Tetris. Just making it look like the base game. Yeah, that's fair. That seems like a pretty reasonable substitution. DAS 20 Dan 03. I don't know what your PB is with DAS, so what is the letter that's swapped out in Spasiba from the actual Russian? About 610. That would probably be a fair matchup, because I imagine your consistency would probably be better than Mart's. Just for a myriad of reasons. No news from 10th? Alright. I mean, spelling-wise, yeah, but pronunciation, I've never heard anyone say it like Spasibo, you know? Like, I think that's the agreed English spelling of the Russian, or Romanization of the Russian word. From what I've seen. Oh, we've got something from Mart's. I haven't really seen it Romanized before, to be fair. I've only seen it in Russian, but... yeah, it just wouldn't read correctly if you Romanized it directly. Yeah, there's a lot of English ain't spelled super consistently. I don't know how consistently Russian is spelled, I don't know enough of it, but it has a lot of rules to, like, how you pronounce letters depending on where they are in the word. Alright, let's wait until the agreed time, right? That was at 9:30 to see if we get any response from Temp. I listened to your music and I thought it was good. It's not really my type of music, all things considered, but I thought it was good. Temp is setting up now. Nice. There were a couple songs that I liked. Like, that I would think, oh yeah, I might listen to that again. And if it was my kind of genre, I'd probably think it was, like, really good. Because it seems like it's a good, you know, version of that kind of music. I don't know what the term would be, but yeah, it seemed... I could see why people would like it a lot more than I do, if that makes sense. Yeah, the match command has been broken for about 1,000,000 years. Wonder if they'll ever fix it. Probably not. Hello, Tony. How's it going? Is the queue open? 'Tis not. Loading up, sweet. There we go. We have both of our players. Alright, level 15 is the choice. Now we just wait for readies. We've got one. And we have a ready from both players now. So 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Not only that, I have food now as well. Amazing. Mart's already got 3 lines cleared. Temph. Nearly Tetris ready. And is Tetris ready? And has scored a Tetris. Mart's on the other hand, I don't know what's going on, but it's a pretty normal Mart stack. Normal Mart start. Food-tris, exactly. The long-awaited sequel to Hat-tris. Mart's at 52,000, Temph at 47,000. Is behind in lines pretty considerably though. That square does burn nicely. Temph in a lot of trouble here, getting high up with not a clean burn available. But is a Tetris available? And does manage to get it. 73,000 points. Very dirty Tetris that. Oop, fuck me. Just leant on my armrest on my chair too hard, and it decided to yeet its way down without me pressing the latch on it. What a shame. Yep, seems fine still. 114,000 for Temph. 160,000 for Mart. Temph at 133 is gonna score Tetris there. Crosses 50 lines at 150k. Solid 15 pace. March on the other hand, 200k at about 70 lines. Also solid 15 pace. Not quite as good as Temph's, but Temph does have some burns to take. I can do past tense good. Yes. Temph doing the safety placement, putting the square on the right for later burns. Things getting a little bit difficult for Temph here. Just spiring in the middle, there's not really any good places to place any of these pieces. So the game giving him a bit of suffer RNG here. Really needs a long bar, but it doesn't want to give him one. That double does help. And there's the bar that he needed, but he needed it many pieces ago. Now his board has a lot of work to be done on it. That does help a fair bit, though. I can definitely see an improvement in Temph's play over when I last saw him play, like, 2-3 months ago, I would say. Like, he spots the burns a lot quicker now. It's nice to see. Martz, on the other hand, I don't think I've seen his play evolve at all since I've started playing Tetris. Martz at 350k. I'm just trolling you, Martz. Don't worry about it. Martz at 376. In level 17, a bit of trouble in the stack. The bar does help though, and then more bars help a lot more. I guess the equation makes sense there. Bars equal help. Temph at 217, got the transition coming up soon. Takes a safety triple. And another single. And a Tetris to go up to 243. Mark's already at 420k. Very nice number. Does have a little bit of room. There it is. I was going to say before level 19. He, in fact, used it to score a Tetris, which is optimal. And now at 450k in level 19, which is a level that March can kind of play on for a little bit, but not for very long. Temph at 286. Well, he can play it until kill screen, just, you know, 1 in 1,000 games. Temph, another Tetris on level 17, up to 309. It's weird, normally Mart's games are when the chat's most active. They normally love Mart's. But this time round they're like, eh, I'm fed up with him. He's made its transition, this is boring. We want to see him top out on level 18 with 130,000 points. God damn it. Temph, ready for a Tetris. Really trying to maximize his points before level 19, but he's gonna need to play some 19 regardless. Exactly. Alright, Temph in level 19 at 332,000 points. Mart's already at 500k. Things looking bad for Temph. Gonna need to get something over to the right side here. Does manage to score a double. Gets that over as well. So Temph into level 20. Mart's already out in level 24. And Temph got a clean stack, is able to take a few more singles. If he wants to chase this down though, he's gonna need some Tetrises. And Mart's still going as well, so Mart's with the potential for maybe a 700k, but unlikely. 600k? Very plausible. And if Mart's gets 600k, Temph is he's going to have a lot of difficulty chasing that down, because I think Temph's PB is in the 600ks. Temph, nice tap to the left, pretty quick one there. Taken safety burns. Martz, things aren't looking great for him in terms of board health. In terms of, you know, score, things are looking pretty good for him. Temp's left side definitely got some trouble in it now. B-type stack, 361k. Not much he can do here. 361 top out, but Mart's topping out in level 27. Actually, like, a really good Mart's game. Terrifying, quite frankly. The King Bar got him. Yeah. Happens to the best of us. Well, no, the worst of us. But... that could have beaten Mal on Monday. I know, right? No worries. Because when you start on level 15, and Mart's pushes down, then you're gonna hit level 19 first. And if you hit the faster speeds first, then the line difference between the two players is gonna just increase, if that makes sense. In the time it takes you to place one piece on level 15, you can place 2 on 19, basically. If you don't push down on 15. Yeah, it is quite noticeable. 18 is 50% faster, I think. No, 33% faster than 15. So it does actually broaden the gap quite heavily. Even if you're only about 10 lines ahead into transition. Into level 16. For context for people who don't know in chat, 16, 17, and 18 are all the same speed. Temp is ready. Has Mart said he's ready? Or hovered anything? Not yet. Now he has. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh yeah. I like Temp's wall. Temp has a nice wall there. Mart's, not a great stack here. This is a Mart stack. Oh, Temp also with a Mart stack. Alright, Temp has got something to work out here, that's for sure. Nice double. Flat bar will also help. Oh, nice adjustment. Really good adjustment there for Temp, actually. I was genuinely impressed by Temp's adjustment there. Like, that was actually a really good adjustment. Not just like a, oh, good job, you know. But like, wow, I'm surprised. Do the marks, exactly. Mart's taking the double. Swing. I don't remember how the Do the Mario song goes. I wish I did. Be more like swing your bars from side to side. Dead drop 1. Then again, come on. It's time to throw. Do the marts. Marts, Tetris up to 69,000. Nice. I agree, Ian. Temp at about 49 lines. Well, about. He's at 49 lines. I don't know why I said about. It's, you know, the score you say about because you don't want to read out a 6-digit number. The lines is usually only a 2 to 3 digit number. Yeah, I can imagine. It doesn't sound like the most sonically pleasing experience. the optimal way to listen to any music. Mart's at 74 lines. 3/4 of the way to the transition to level 16. Temp, on the other hand, got a little while longer to go. 9 lines behind. Now 10 lines behind. Would love a bar. Will the game give him one? Probably not. The game's giving him a little bit of troll RNG, you know? Mart's RNG. That doesn't burn anything, that's gonna create some real problems for Temp. Oof, no, he can't get anything done there. 134k, 699. And Mart's is good for game 2. Both players are ready. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Ah, shit. Okay. That's a shame, though. I prepared a special... Unfortunately, Mel had to cancel. I even prepared a special little thing for Mel when he lost. Like that. And now he cancels on me. Can you believe it? I've never been more disappointed. He knew, I know. Right, 46,000 for Mart's, 58,000 for Temp, and another Tetris going down the well there, up to 77,000. I'm just gonna put the little Mel is bad video. Properties, loot. And we're just gonna move it up into the corner up here. Actually no, let's move it down here where we can see it a little bit better. Is here good? Here's good. Perfect. Mart's in a little bit of trouble here. Here we can... Oh, Mart's in a lot of trouble here. I don't think he's getting out of this one. No, 68,000 points is the top outscore, 24 lines. Temp actually ahead in lines, and ahead in score, so Temp will take the game. Majors with the standard watching Mart's gambit. Right, we've got one ready. Got some Evian, delicious water. And we've got a ready for temp. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Rich people's water. Alright, I'm turning off the Mella's bad thing because it's annoying me now. It's just one of the big water brands in the UK, innit? Yeah. In some parts of the UK, you can just drink tap water. In some other parts, it's like the mineral content is so high that it's like kind of gross. And you have to like descale your stuff. I'd have no idea what descaling a kettle was until like fairly recently. But apparently in some parts of England, your water is just like fucking gross. Better than like, you know, some parts of Michigan in America, where your water is poisonous. Or a lot of parts of a lot of the world where it's probably just is poisonous. Florida water is awful too, apparently. There you go. Don't drink tap water in Florida. I remember watching a video of someone in America showing that their tap water was so, like, contaminated that they could set it on fire. Flint water may be brown and gross, but it's not poisonous. Fair enough. I trust it from Colin. Temp at 116 is behind by a fair bit to Martz's with that Tetris 250k, nearly. I mean, water quality is regulated in the UK. It's just like tap water is just coming from the groundwater in and around the area. And it's like, it's still within the regulations, it's just like kind of gross. It's not dangerous, it just isn't very nice. Though the regulations in the UK are fucking useless because, you know, a lot of companies like to dump their wastewater into drinking water supplies anyway, and then just suffer the fines because the government doesn't give a shit. You know, classic bureaucracy. Mart's at 307, but does have a terrible board. It's fairly cheap edit, tastes really good. That's concerning, Ian. I think we might need to send you to rehab. Is it true that that sparkling water is like really popular in Germany? I don't know. I've been told that by a German person, that like everyone drinks sparkling water in Germany. I don't know if that's true. Mart's, Mart's with some epic reaction faces. If someone wants a Mart's emote, then that face that he pulled there would have been a good one. Can he get out of this situation? Seems unlikely given the context of him being Mart's, but we'll see. No, 324 is the top out. 10th. You need to get to 325. It is however you hate it. You drink it every day. Okay. For a second I thought you were the same two people. I was like, I hate it. I drink it every day. Well, thanks a bunch, Ivan. I'm glad that I'm entertaining. Because I'm never sure if I am. There you go. It's good to know that it's the official reason that I was hired is just because I was kind of funny. To let the stench out, that's fair. He's got to go find Remy to play for him. $325 is the score you need. That Tetris will bring you a lot closer. Only needs... we'll call it 2, but it could be 1 and some extra lines. Gets that over. Yeah, that's the kind of adjustment that I would make, to be fair, and I'm pretty good at the game, you know, not the best, but I largely pretty good, and I'd make that adjustment and be like, oh, why the fuck did I do that? That was stupid. Getting into the danger zone here. Nice, though. This is still very diggable. Reopens the well. Just needs a bar. Give him the bar and we're all good. There's the bar. I think a triple would be enough, but maybe not. No, it'd be a triple and like a double would be enough. Where's the bar? Come on, game. He's getting real high up here. There's the bar. Gets the bar over. We've got a decider. Can Temph survive this? He has still got a clean board. Oh, he got that over. That was actually a really fast tap, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Another Tetris. Honestly, this doesn't even look like Temph playing. This looks like, you know, like a 900k player playing right now. Ah, there we go. There's the March style misdrops that the 600k players can't avoid. But that was some really good post. That was some really good post play for like 25 lines. I was genuinely impressed. Exactly, King. Goodbye, Ivan. Enjoy the rest of whatever. How long is left in your day? I don't know. I don't know what time zone you're in, so... The rest of your evening, day, morning, whatever. Onion sucks, tastes like tap water. Brilliant. It's not really a tournament, it's just friendly matches. Hence the name Euro Friendlies. I didn't realise Evian was like the cheap like brand. I always thought it was just sort of a middle brand. Alright, we have a decider. We have 2 readies. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Epic. We'll put on the slightly more intense music in the background. When it'll switch, you know, it takes a little while. Nice double tuck for 10th. Now has another tuck set up. Does get it filled in. Now longbow dependent on the left. We'll go for the Tetris first. And that's alright. Downside is not really getting bars at good times, or any times right now. Finally does. And a Tetris, 43,000 for 10th, to a 61,000 for Marts. So a slight lead for Marts. Still early, but these players do top out on level 15 every now and again, especially Marts. Marts is always at the short end of the stick. Doesn't matter how well Marts is playing. Doesn't matter if he's winning or losing. He's always the butt of the joke. And right now the joke is RNG because he is getting trolled. Gets a single, but this doesn't look good for him. Nope, he's done. 120k. 10th, you're in a chase down. Marts is the short stick. What was his top out? 120. Alright, I'm just gonna say you need 121. That Tetris brings you up to 129, and you are good for the set 10th. Congratulations. You have defeated Marts. The tutorial boss of Tetris. Right. Next match, I guess. Ansel versus Somalian. Sweet. Buggered that one up, didn't I? Alright, so, update on Somalian. Somalian's at the shop. The store, as Americans would call it. Because he forgot. So, if everyone could just put a disappointed sigh in chat, or, you know, some other form of disapproval, that would be appreciated. Until then, we just kind of wait, you know, because we can't do much else. Good, we've got an eye and an eggplant. Those are the two most common forms of disappointment, I would say. Thank you, Colin. Who doesn't? It's my favorite of the horror movies. You live? Amazing. I don't know if Ansel's here yet. I think Ansel's figuring something out. There we go, kind of. I mean, there was Tetris there for a second. They're doing something. Trying to figure out camera. There you go. Alright, same piece set. Here's your seed. Enjoy it. That's a command. 04FF4D. Alright, it's upside down. I can fix that. You don't need to. Whoop. There we go. Zero for Foxtrot. Foxtrot for Delta. Alright, Ansel does have the higher PB by 1,120 points. But I think Somalian probably has the higher elo by like 100 points, I would guess. So we'll see. We have readies from both players. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Let's get Somalian looking at the game. That's better. Now we know Somalian isn't cheating. He can see the game. Somalian, starting off with a funky-ish board, but getting it, the left side filled out pretty quickly. 69,000 points. Another Tetris, 92,000. Ansel, on the other hand, funkier board. There's actual holes in it. Dirty Tetris, though, for Ansel does help recover the pace deficit slightly. Still behind by 3 Tetrises, though. Which ain't great. We're going to bring back the Mel is bad Comic Sans text for a brief moment, just to remind everyone that Mel had to cancel. So we're going to have Ansel versus Dan V after this, instead of Mel versus Dan V, which is a shame for me, because it means I don't get to shit talk Mel, but probably a better match. Because Mel has been ass recently. Somalian at 226 at 60 lines, so probably not an amazing seed considering combining that with Ansel's pace of only 133,000 at 60 lines. They're 138,000. But Ansel definitely had a rough start. Suffer start for sure. Somalian had a very cool flat bar burn there. Liked it a lot. And a Tetris to go up to 328. Somalian's capture is weird. It reminds me of Hep's capture, where it's like, it's pretty high res and clean, but it just has like a single weird artifact that you don't see on anyone else's capture. In Somalian's case, it's those little lines going through the white. On Hep's capture, it was like really aggressive scan lines. Oh, he uses Nestrus champs, that makes sense. Somalian up to 468. Yeah, I can see how that's probably just Nestrus champs with stream artifacts. Though why does Nestrus champs put little scanline-y looking things through the white. I don't know. Ansel at 374. Behind by about 100k, but Somalian's board's pretty bad. Right before transition, definitely needs to clean it up. It's not bad in the sense that it's super messy, it just has a long bar dependency and is pretty high up. Does manage to get the dependency filled in, but has created a hole in the process. Transitions at 500,000. Ansel looking at probably a 450 to 470k transition, somewhere in that region. Gonna opt for the 450. Though we'll see if the RNG even gives him that. It does! 451, in fact, is the transition score. You just got back? Congratulations, Dan. See, Somalian, this is what a responsible person does. So they leave and get back before the start of the match. Somalian's left side is pretty nice, his right side not so much. Got some skimming to do to reopen the well. Ansel, on the other hand, all the sides of the stack are a bit wonky. I guess the left is technically alright. Middle and right side were pretty bad. Just managed to mostly get them figured out. The bottom side is really the issue right now. There's 2 holes in it. Generally don't want that in your Tetris stack. Scores a triple. Thank you, Poet. The best DAS player in the world, apparently. Or at least the best DAS player in Europe. Ooh, Somalian in a lot of trouble here. Okay, those pieces really bailed him out. The best slow tapper in the world, for sure. Ansel, another Tetris up to 741. Somalian at 981. Didn't even realise he was brinking on a max out, and in fact, getting a max out. Can get a 1.1 into kill screen. I think a 1.12. Does get another Tetris there, up to A50. Has to take some burns though, so no 1.1 into kill screen. Alright, Somalian has hit the 1.1. Ansel, not even at 900k yet, can get it into kill screen, but then gonna need 200k on the kill screen. Which, you know, rolling makes anything possible. Doesn't make anything probable, though. Well, I guess it does make something. It doesn't make everything probable, I should say. It makes getting to level 30 fairly probable. Alright, Somalian is done at B34. Ansel at 950 still has pretty much infinite time. There is no line cap in Friendlies unless they agree to it, and they never did, so we could see a long chase down here. I don't know what Ansel's level PB is, but could be here for a while. 59 bar max. Wow. That is remarkable. 59 bars in 27. Ansel needs a bar here. Gets the bar. The stack getting up though. This doesn't look good for Ansel. Does secure the max nonetheless though. 35 is the top out level. 1.012 is the top out score. Not enough for the chase down, but enough to make Somalian sweat a little bit. Why play aggro when you could just play line out and then, like, get a little bit luckier? Or, like, not misdrop one piece that makes your stack quality go down slightly, that leads to a chain of other awkward placements. The Gerald Freeman technique, as Gerald would call it. Alright. Maybe we should play with no bed chair. Alright, big players are ready. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Thank you, Poet. I always remember the time that Poet broke the bot. 3, 2, 1, 0, and it never said Tetris. And also stopped working for like 15 minutes. You're not using Netris champs. There you go. Your capture is just a little bit weird then. In a good way. I quite like it. Somalian. Going for the tuck instead of the clean burn. Well, can a burn be clean? I don't know. Kind of. Ansel Tetris up to 129. Somalian getting into a little bit of danger here. The stack isn't amazing. Definitely got an awkward left side. Is managing to figure it out though. I mean, of course he's figuring out. Somalian always has weird stacks. He's used to them. Ansel at 204. Somalian at 248. Ansel, not quite Tetris ready. Got the double well, but not got the height for it. Does get a bar to bring it up to height, but then bar timing means well's covered for the next one. And there we go. 260k. Somalian at 360k though, 100,000 point lead. Alright. Still about 100k lead. They've been playing at pretty much the same efficiency. Ooh, but Ansel with a misdrop on the left. That's gonna hamper the efficiency a little bit. Useful bar timing though. Ooh, good adjustment for Ansel. Somalian got some skims to take. Will hamper his pace a little bit. His pace lead, I should say. I mean, it will hamper his pace as well, but in comp, the only pace that matters is relative. Ansel does not hit the epic double tuck. I think a spin double tuck would have been easier there. I think you would have had an extra 3 frames for it. But would have been way weirder, because you'd need to get the rotation in, but in those 3 frame gap in the middle. It's just a weird thing to even go for. Somalian at 560 in level 19. Ansel at 460 into level 19. Ansel with the Tetris, Somalian with one as well. And another one. And another one for Ansel. So, post going on very cleanly so far. Both players with a bit of a Z-spire. And Somalian now the first one to have to actually dig a little bit. And the little bit is turning into a lot of bit. There's still many more burns to come. Oh. I don't know how survivable this is for Somalian. He has switched to rolling, but he's not got the rolling grip cleanly. 648 is the top out after missing a couple of 5 taps. Ansel, you need 650 or 648, 300 or something like that, but we'll call it 650 for simplicity's sake. There we go, 669, very nice. We have evened out the set. Right. Both players are ready. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Ansel with the Tetris up to I almost said 456. 45,600. I guess it is sort of 456. But nobody would say it that way. 456 hector points. Now 927. Somalian with that Tetris goes up to 96,000. Ansel with that Tetris goes up to 138. Somalian has also scored another one though, to go up to 118. Mine with a funky adjustment there. And now a double king bar. Ansel at 250k. This time Ansel's the one with the lead on 18. Past two games, Saman has had a pretty significant lead, usually 50 to 100,000 on level 18. While Somalian, this game, 50 to 60,000 points behind. Somalian with that Tetris goes up to 289. Ansel at 305. Having to take some more burns at the bottom of the stack though, just to keep it clean. Somalian, 360k now to Ansel's 380. Somalian has closed the gap. It was 60k earlier. Now, actually Somalian has the real-time lead. Ansel scoring a Tetris back, but Somalian scoring it back again. It's pretty much neck and neck right now. Almost simul Tetrises there. Ansel scoring another Tetris. And Somalian scoring another Tetris. Ansel with a little bit of an awkward long bar placement though. Does result in a awkward left side that's going to require some burns to keep it clean. Or some bail, but went for the burns. And now it is pretty much exactly neck and neck, only 380 points between them, half a single. Though Ansel taking another double will bring him into the score lead and possibly the pace deficit, but we'll see. Seems like there's a drought in the seed forming. Now they're tied at the same line count. And there we go. Ansel not able to score a Tetris with that bar, but can with that one. Tied once again, 526, 300. Ansel having to cover the well here. Right before transition as well, so unideal. Somalian also very high up and gonna have to take some burns. Does score the Tetris though. Ansel about to transition here. Somalian also about to transition. Not a great board for it, but slightly better than Ansel's. Oof, Ansel does manage to get something over to the left there. Doesn't manage to get that over, though. If he did, it would have been okay. The stack would have actually been in, not healthy, but, you know, workable standings. Now, real struggle city. Somalian in pretty much the exact same boat, though. Another missed 5-tap. 592 is the top out score. And Ansel almost out of this. Takes the triple, 580, just needs to get 593. I was hoping you two would get the same transition score, but then Ansel got into a little bit of a dig, and then you did too. It all went screwy. A double would be enough for it, actually, but the Tetris is more than enough. 600k wins the game. And Ansel is 2-1 up. We have a ready. What is the seed? Let's have a look. 3-7 Foxtrot, 4D. Both players are ready. This crucial game 4. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Somalian with an awkward tuck setup here, but does manage to get the pieces for it. Well, the piece. Oh, that's bad. This might be a March top. It's a March top out. Congrats, Somalian. Good job, Ansel. You did the win. Epic play. This time round, we're only swapping out one player, so don't even need an intermission scene. We can just do this. Down V. And then we go here, and then we wait. Oh, wrong thing. Misclicked. There we go. So is Dan on a different account? That is the question. No, he is not. He's just saying 1 sec. Great. Just like... I'm an important man with things to do. I'm not. Right, we've got Dan v. Weller. Right. Whenever Dan is ready, we can start, though I imagine same piece set. I'll just generate a seed because I don't see why not, you know what I mean? Echo 7, 0 Bravo, Alpha Delta. Oh, I haven't ended the match. Silly me. Yeah, Mel isn't here, sadly. So, we've just got Dan V versus Ansel, which is good, but it does mean a double Ansel header to finish the show. And it means that I don't get to put my beautiful Mel is bad stinger into effect. Fair. Alright, Ansel, whenever you've got the seed in and you're ready. We can start. Wait, I know, I can do this. The last 3 letters of the seed are... There you go. There's the latter half of your seed. It is. It is indeed. Which I'm glad for, because I'm tired. Alright, both players are ready. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So, Dan V no burns yet. Ansel, some burns. A fair few of them. Dan eventually does get a bar and doesn't burn. Now does, but is still Tetris ready. Looks like a little bit of a drought in the seed. But he seems to be figuring it out. 100,000 points for both players now. Dan with a 1 Tetris lead, pace-wise. And so, with that Tetris, we'll cross 200,000. And Dan, for a brief moment, was neck and neck with Ansel. Now, 2 Tetrises out in the lead. Pace-wise as well, 2 Tetrises. Because they're at the same line count. Crazy, I know. Dan with a delayed VIT setup. It was sort of a delayed VIT setup, but it worked out. Simul Tetrises there. Very nice. They've managed to get almost perfectly synchronized in the piece sequence. Ansel took a triple though that has put him behind by a little bit, and now he's buffering, which will definitely put him behind a little bit in the piece sequence. Yeah, it's if you watch the level 7 games, then you know 18 will feel a little bit faster after that. But this, to my knowledge, is normal 18 speeds. It would be weird if it wasn't. Dan Tetris up to 489, and another one up to 511. 500k before 100 lines. Very good pace. What the fuck was that? Someone just raced down the street outside my flat at what sounded like 70 miles an hour. In like some crazy souped up douchebag mobile. Dan Tetris up to 584. So with that, Tetris is looking at a 670 transition or so. Ansel, on the other hand, looking at a 550 maybe. Ooh, T-spin setup. Very cool. Oh, that was actually a really cool placement. Okay. I would have spotted the T-spin setup. I probably wouldn't have spotted that one. Even though the T-spin one was probably the harder one to spot. And there we go. Dan, 677 is the transition score. Tetris up to 700,000. Ansel, pace-wise, about 100k behind. Maybe 120k. Yeah, it seems like 120k is more accurate, because Dan ain't slowing down with this pace. Dan up to 832. Ansel, a little bit of an awkward left, needs to get some pieces to sort that out, and then gets a square burst, which very much does not sort out his left. Dan looking at maybe a 24 max here. Depends on the bar timings, though. And the bar timings are awful. There are none of them. Does get that bar over, though. 955, another Tetris, 985. And that is a 24 max. Just about. It's a max into 25, but I think it is a 24 max. While Ansel, on the other hand, 750k, 250,000 points behind pace-wise. You know, that's just how it be against Dan. Dan's pretty consistent at getting really good pace. Don't know how he does it. Yeah, that's one of those fake tucks that look like, oh, I could do that, and then you can't, and then you feel bad. And I feel bad by proxy for Ansel, because it looks so satisfying that you could do it, and then you can't, and you're unsatisfied. On the other hand, Dan, already at 1.1. Can get the 1.3 into kill screen here. if he gets no burns. Ansel is done at 800,000, but I don't think that's really a surprise given the circumstances. I don't think he was winning this one anyway. And Dan is ready. There's the bar. There's the 1.3 into kill screen. Beats my into kill screen PB by about 60,000 points, because I'm really bad at pace. Dan plays how I think in my head. Oh yeah, I could play like that. Like, he plays so aggressive, and it just works. Yeah, there we go. Still pretty good. Yeah, I could tell. If you didn't get that one misdrop, you would have gotten it by like a level and a half or whatever, right? Wanted to beat SV. I don't think you were going to do that. Don't think that one was super viable. Yeah, F132. SV had, you know, 1.6 on 32. Not quite G, because it doesn't roll over to that. It rolls over to 0, but... Could have been like 3rd or 4th on the leaderboard, though, without the misdrop. Alright, well, we have a ready. Maybe. Most unenthused reaction to an F score. Exactly, Moojuice. You're, You're not gonna get much hype out of me. Not by game 6 of Euro Friendlies. Or match 6. The bot's fucking gone, so... Oh, no, there it is. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Also, Dan gets F scores in his sleep at this point. Like, good job, I guess. Where are the world records posted? There's a world records channel on Discord. The 39 cap record is, I think, a high 1.9 by Eric from like a year ago. But yeah, CTM Discord is where you want to find the world records channel. Dan, don't top it like this. Okay. No Euro Friendlies moment this time. Yet. And Dan is back to safety with a slight pace lead. Yeah, I kind of in my head I want something cool to happen on Euro Friendlies, you know, like a double PB or something like that, right? Like my futures match versus Obelix. But I know that I'd just like completely undersell it. So I'd do it no justice if something really cool actually happened. Like if Dan got the 32 rollover there. I'd just be like, woo, good job Dan, congrats. Yeah, anyway. You know? Ansel at 150k, Dan V at 203. Ooh, Dan readying himself for a Euro Friendlies moment. Any second now. Doesn't happen though. Gets a bar. When the well's open. Manages to survive it. Ansel also in a little bit of danger here. But less high up than Dan. Dan is like the most aggressive in terms of actual build height of like any player, bar Curie. But he like never actually early tops. I don't know how he does it. Ben Famir more aggressive than Dan. Like, OG Ben Famir, yeah, but that's because he didn't know how to burn. He just didn't understand it. Nor did he know how to stack for Tetris cleanly. So he just topped out. Dan still managing to keep it, you know, vaguely clean. Maybe Dan just gets good pieces. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. He's secretly got an extra next box. Okay, now this is a Euro Friendlies moment. Right here. Right here. Come on. No. No. He's still going. Everyone's waiting for it. We haven't had a Euro Friendlies moment, really, outside of Somalians one early top. The transition is coming up soon, and it is at least letting Ansel catch up a little bit. Dan really... Oh, the double flip. There we go. There's the Euro Friendlies moment. 400k. You need 401 Ansel. Right, good. Dan's got that out of his system. The guaranteed early top. There we go. Ansel is good for the game. Had to happen. Exactly. It's just the law around here. If you have more than 2,000 elo, it's absolutely guaranteed you will have at minimum 1, probably 2, maybe even 3 bad games on Euro Friendlies. Exactly, Ian. Yeah, warm up is done emote. Anyone have that? Right. Both readies. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So now the Euro Friendlies moment has happened. I expect back-to-back rollovers for Dan. Because by and large, Dan is the only player who actually does play well on Euro Friendlies. Ansel, nice Vits though. And to be fair, Ansel's been playing pretty well. No, I was wrong. Dan it doesn't necessarily play well on Euro Friendlies. I've changed my mind. Though, still, you can't take game one away from him. That is a beautiful stack. Like, that is quite the chasm you've got there. It's rare that you can send a bar down your well and get 0 line clears from it. That's true, I could. Dan, please. Hey, Ansel, congrats, you're up 2-1. Fuck me. Maybe, yeah, maybe Ian's right. We can remove the 1.3 into kill screen from Dan. No bar, what you gonna do? You got trouted. Yeah. You know, what you gonna do? Alright, both players are ready. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. It's true. Always, just don't go above 4 high. You only need 4 blocks to score a Tetris, so if you go above that, then you're playing too dangerously. It's simple maths. Just play everything like it's DAS 19. And you'll probably never top out. Unless you're a DAS player. Then you'll probably still top out on 19. Well, you'll never early top. You'll still top out on 29 a lot. But Dan up to 69,000. Ansel also at 69,000. Very nice. Dan does have a 1 Tetris lead right now. Ansel will take a Tetris there, though. While Mood Juice is in chat, are you officially retired from professional GeoGuessr now? I remember last time I saw you in chat, I asked you something like that, and you're like, oh yeah, the site sucks now, or whatever. You prefer DAS 19 to have no available burns. Fair. You get confused with Dan V and Van Dweller. Yeah, I mean that is I think the intention behind his name. Dan Dweller and Van Dweller. You were never a pro player, but you're better than like half of them. Fair. Ansel at 237. Now 239. Dan, a little bit of a weird stack, but can get out of it pretty cleanly if he just gets a couple nice pieces. One burn, that'll do. The community is just not a nice one. Fair. That is fair. You know something's bad when Moojuice comes back to Tetris. Instead of it. Dan at 353. Only a Tetris lead here. Though, with that Tetris, 2 Tetris lead at the same line count. Dan setting up another Euro Friendlies moment for a second there, but does manage to get the board clean for a couple bars in quick succession. And everything is good, once again. So Dan maintaining the 2 Tetris lead. Ansel just on the border of 500k. Dan at 540, rounded up. Now 562. Both of them playing very cleanly. Not too much to actually comment on. Both of these players are very comfortable on 18 speeds, so... Well, you know, I say that. Dan didn't look like it you know, there's a couple games where he had a couple March stacks, but it's okay. He just needs to win 2 games in a row, and then he's good. Ooh, Ansel left side. Trouble there. Just needs a bar. He hasn't really got any other option and doesn't get it. 569. Funny meme number. Dan, already at 600k, could get another 670 transition. Let's see, there it is. 2 670 transitions in the same set. Will he mullen it just for memes? Maybe. He will not. Cool. Controller taps where? Yeah, don't we all feel like that sometimes? Someone built above the versus sign. Yep. If you don't ever place any pieces above row 17, then you can't lose. It's that simple. Line cap though. It's fine, just don't place any pieces above row 17. Unless it's like you know, forced cap as opposed to double kill screen, then yeah, fair. Yeah. You press select, what is seed? Both of Ansel's opponents have done this. Ansel is ready. 2BO bad. Yeah, remember. There's the second half of your seed, guys. Alright, both players are ready. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Right. No burns yet for Dan. Ansel has taken a fair few. And that seems to be the general theme of 18, is that Dan either gets a 670 transition or doesn't get a transition at all. You know. It's alright, is what it is. Guaranteed wins some games and guaranteed loses the rest of them. There's no doubt about any of Dan's games. He makes sure you know the outcome of the game on his top out. Ooh, what an adjustment. That was a really cool adjustment for the just mechanically that was a cool adjustment, the double flip. Was it a double flip? I'm not sure. I'm pretty stupid, so I can't remember. Dan at 250k. Ansel at 179. Ooh, Dan. Euro Friendlies moment. Get the Euro Friendlies alarm. It's alright. Turn it off. Turn off the Euro Friendlies alarm. It's alright. Dan's still alive. Alright, Ansel, in the meantime, about 3 Tetrises behind, 213 is his current score. Well, 213,000. Do you think if I said I was going to CTWC this year, people... I think so, yeah. I think people would actually give you quite a lot of money. Because I think everyone... Well, not everyone. There's like 50% of people who never want to meet you, and 50% of people who really want to meet you. They wouldn't believe you, though. That's true. I wouldn't believe you. It's because it's because we all know that you wouldn't be going to CTWC. Like, just factually. Dan with a delayed Vits. Gets it filled in. That's just what being a good stacker, you know, does for you. Create a delayed Vits, get it filled in. Only bad stackers don't get bars. Dan up to 450. Ansel all the way back at 300k. 150,000 points behind at the same line count. It's one of those things where, like, if I did it, no one would believe me either, because I've not even been to CTUK. When I have more than enough money to go to CTUK. And, realistically, the free time as well. Dad is hogging all the points. I know. Fucking... We need some communist Tetris. This is too meritocratic. The points should be more evenly distributed. We should host an official alternate stream for people who didn't want to go to CTWC. Dan's board is very bad, all things considered. He's in level 19 with another 640 transition, but his board's really, really wank. But then force them to go to CTWC anyways. Yeah, we do it on the plane to CTWC. We get there just in time for the finals. And then leave right after the finals. Right, Dan, set up a delayed Vits. That's just, like, why would you do that to yourself? It gets it filled in it anyway, whatever. But, I don't know. Dan scares me in his stacking, kind of. It's intimidating. Ansel at 640. Dan at 850. Really just putting his good stacking on display. Ooh, Ansel. Misdrops. Misdrops on the left. Got some more lines to burn. It's kind of unfair playing against Dan, because his pre-kill screen is really good, and then his kill screen is also, like, one of the best. Like, where are you meant to win, you know? That's right, level 18. As soon as it hits 19, you're lost. And well, it's still in level 18. You have a good chance. Ansel 714. Dan just waiting for the bar. It doesn't want to come. There we go. Not a 26 max, but it is a 27 max for Dan. Dan about 1.1. About to hit kill screen as well, does so. Not a great board, but it is one that Dan could burn out of. Now that T-piece has been misdropped, it doesn't look so great. Still is possible, remarkably, but this is Tetris in 2023. Ansel, on the other hand, 800k into kill screen, but what can you do when you're behind by so much? 250k deficit. But a good performance nonetheless. I mean, Ansel didn't early top and Dan did twice, so in terms of like, average score, like, mean score, Ansel, like, could be better. Probably isn't, because Dan did get that 1.5. But, you know, Ansel mullened those games, maybe. Well, regardless, that's the Euro Friendlies. Wow. Exactly. Who cares about consistency in comp? Doesn't matter. Right, who can we raid? Literally only person streaming Tetris is Grant Culverston. Well, I guess we're raiding him. Dan giving us a beautiful camera angle there. Dead game. I know. It's kind of sad. Does have 91 viewers at least for this shit. So it's not too dead, at least. It could be worse. Is it actually raiding? I don't know if it's raiding. It doesn't seem like it is, but it also says that it is. I don't trust Twitch at all. I'm gonna try it again. Right. Fuck this fucking site. Sucks. I have a raid in progress. There isn't a timer for me, though. Ugh. Whatever. Alright. Intermission screen.